So thank you for inviting me, and I came to know about this forum from Noshi, and I'm quite excited to be here. It is always energizing to be with young people and from such diverse backgrounds. Good to be able to share my work here, both as a researcher and a teacher. It has been quite a long journey. I joined Jamia in 2006. Earlier, I was teaching at Lady Shri Ram College for 8 long years. And the best part of joining Jamia was that I got associated with the school, which is situated in the walled city of Delhi, and worked with that school as manager for 6 years, and I'm still associated with that school. I'm not as active as I used to be as manager, but I'm in its I continue to be in its managing committee. So that has been, I think, whatever I know, little of education or sociology of education, I know because of that school. So, yeah.
So I think we can begin then. So we'd love to hear about your reflections as a manager, as a researcher, and also how it has informed your teaching practice broadly.
Yeah, so I'll have about half an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 2:15 also. Okay, we have a watch here.
We'll tell you.
Okay. No, it's here also, because I heard that sound, so I thought the watch is here somewhere on the wall as well. Okay. So actually I'll talk about my engagement with the school first, and then I'll talk about my teaching experience at Jamia Millia Islamia, particularly about a paper that I teach to the B.Ed students, which is called as Conceptual Foundations of Education. And recently I happened to also teach a practicum course which is called as Understanding Self. So I'll be talking about these three things: my work as manager, because I should state right in the beginning that I was not a check signing manager. I worked very closely with this school. I visited children's homes, and many of the children who attended the school also worked in karkhanas, in small manufactories, where the school was situated, the Bada Hindu Rao Eidgah area. So they more than 65% of our children worked in the karkhanas. So I visited their homes and karkhanas, taught in one of the classes for some time. I was closely associated with the community members, with parents, with the governing body of the school. Of course, the school is run by a society which is called as Delhi Education Society, and Delhi Education Society was set up by Zakir Hussain and Professor Mujib and others. And since its inception in 1951, and when it was set up, Zakir Hussain was the Vice Chancellor of Jamia. So since the society was set up, whosoever is the Vice Chancellor becomes the officiating chairperson, honorary chairperson of that society, and that is how I got associated. And it was actually not because I happened to have what is required to be a manager. And in fact, one of my good friends, she was the secretary, and she said that she needed loyalists to to revive the lost glory of the society. So she requested me, and though I said that I don't really know what it entails, but then I had to shoulder the responsibility. So I got this, with this position on a platter. This school is a government-aided institution, which means that it gets aids. It gets aid from the government towards, for the salaries of the teachers and other expenses, which are very minor, and the managing committee has to generate the 95% towards salaries of the teachers is provided by the government, and the managing committee has to generate another 5%, which is quite difficult. And it is a co-ed school. As I said, that more than 65% children work in karkhanas, and I devoted a total of 6 years. I was the manager of the school, and I devoted almost 9 years in studying this school and its locales. So, and my position, of course, was quite an unusual one. I was a practitioner on one hand, trying to bring about and having the ambition of changing the school, and on the other hand, I was an academic engaged in the task of comprehending and understanding what education is. And in fact, both these roles not just complemented one another, but even collapsed into one. And I must also mention that I did not actually start with any idea of what I will be doing in terms of my role as manager, but also I did not think of conducting any what is quote unquote research or documenting or even documenting my experiences. But as manager, as I said in the beginning, I had the opportunity to engage with different social settings and contexts, and I visited children, engaged with the society, the bureaucrats, in the Directorate of Education, then also community leaders and MPs and MLAs of the area. There was a court case, and I had to somehow, and the MP and the MLA was against the managing committee and the governing body, so we had to fight the court case, which we lost. So, but yeah, and initially I wrote my experiences in the form of a diary. Oh, I forgot to bring it, which has been published by Eklavya as Ek School Manager Ki Diary. And even before that, I serialized article in a magazine cum journal called Shiksha Vimarsh, which is published from Digantar, Jaipur. So, and in fact, Eklavya then invited me to publish with them. So, and my diary resulted from fine details I was able to note down during my visit to the school, and no great sociological planning or sampling flagged the beginning of my research. So as invisible became visible to me, field notes became richer, and what was ordinary and mundane, it became infused with meaning. And I later on, and research for me meant interlinking various emerging constructs and categories and interpretations. And for me, research and practice were tied together. So, and it was only later that when I published my book, my diary in the form of a book called Education in a Ghetto, Paradoxes of a Muslim Majority School, that I tried to look at the literature. And I looked at literature through the lens of my work instead of doing the inverse. So, yeah. I realized that understanding the school, it uncovered many interrelated multiple layers and many things which were said about children or staff in a matter of fact and kind of a way. Revealed a complex story on scratching just a little below the surface. For example, children were criticized, and the culture of old Delhi was criticized, and it was complained that people remained awake till early morning and they sleep till noon, which is the reason why children are irregular and they are not punctual. So I found this practice was related to, it was a result of market compulsions, because work in manufactories happened till very late at night, and many of these spaces doubled up as homes, and children were unable to sleep till early hours of the day. And and many such things came up. One thing that struck me immediately after joining the school was that it was quite a closed and suffocating space, and there was a lot of mistrust between faculty, management, administration and community, and this also led to a lot of lobbying and politicking. So while management was vigilant, teachers were alert and distant, and the staff felt berated and denigrated instead of feeling inspired and supported. So on the one hand, management expected unrealistic outcomes, and on the other, the environment had taught its staff members to do the lawful minimum to save their skins, and there was an atmosphere of reproach and blame and fear and manipulation and whatnot, which clouded the relations between colleagues and different members of the school community. So, and the insecurity of teachers was, we have to take the blame, because the insecurity of the teachers was also the result of good teacher education programs, and I am from the education faculty. So, as I tried to understand my role and identity as a manager, I realized that in government-aided schools, managing committees are powerful bodies entrusted with selection, assessment, promotion and monitoring of staff members. I used to write the ACRs of teachers, so I did this very difficult and very problematic work of writing the ACRs.
Can you also tell us what's ACR?
Those are, what is the academic, what is the full form? Academic reports.
Okay.
It is reporting how well a teacher is performing as a teacher in school, and how these are confidential reports. So how well a teacher, and when a promotion has to happen, these reports are placed before the promotion committee. So and one has to, is a criteria on the basis of which teachers are assessed and evaluated, which the manager does along with the principal. So a kind of yeah, a monitoring device basically. So, and of course, then the kind of relations that a manager then can have with the staff members gets affected by all these things. And as I said, that assuming a leadership role then becomes quite difficult, and the leadership role removed from mere managerial expectations of the society and the governmental agencies. So, an organization like such as schools and the school that I work with, so such organizations have oligarchic structure most of the times with top-heavy body, and which makes the staff insecure and results in depletion of their agency and belief in their experiential knowledge, and there is a lot of anxiety and bitterness which can be expected in such a structure. So yeah, I'll tell you a little about this school. My first visit to the school was quite interesting, and when I reached the school unannounced. I shouldn't have done that. I realized that later. So there is a huge iron gate and a smaller gate on that larger gate. So when I peeped inside, I saw that beyond the school ground, there was a school building, and a Chaprasi Sahab was sitting calmly staring at a far corner. He was sitting close to the building and staring at a corner. So he sensed that I was perhaps the new manager, and he came running and opened the door. And as I stepped inside, I looked at the corner where he was gazing, and I saw some children jumping out from the broken wall, and many others were in a queue waiting to climb. So after crossing the school ground and on entering the school building, I saw that principal room was on one side, and I sensed that he was busy with some teachers and community members. So I proceeded inside, and immediately later he followed me. There is a small dalan at the center, and on three sides is a rundown, very old building. On the fourth side is a relatively newer structure. So I saw teachers were standing in the courtyard and sipping tea in the winter sun, and some were in the staff room. There were few who were taking classes, and when they saw me, they immediately sensed that the new manager has come for a visit, and they started running towards classrooms with cups in their hands. And when their children saw their teachers hurrying, they also, started running. And there was a huge hullabaloo, and few children in their hurry, they almost bumped into me. So, and the hub, which was in a way bestowing life to that structure, it faded into uneasy stillness. At the request of the principal, I, of course, I felt embarrassed that what have I done and by coming unannounced. But then principal requested me to enter some of the classrooms. So plaster was falling off the discolored walls at some places. Corners of the classrooms were red with pan spatter. And over the uneven floor, children were sitting on desks and chairs, and I wondered whether, seeing their teachers' helplessness and insecurity, would they have sensed several levels of hierarchy and power between us. And I really cursed myself for not realizing my positional power and putting everyone, including myself, in such an odd position. So, yeah, this is where we started with. And as time passed, in a few months, I started questioning myself that whose school is this after all? Because whenever the few meetings that we had, concerns related to children never came up for discussion. And the only thing that was discussed was related to teachers or the directorate or passage of some bills and other such things. There were small things, but they did convey that I at least got quite baffled at looking at them. The school ground which was there, some of the teachers came by car, and the car and other vehicles were parked haphazardly without realizing that children, they could have parked at a corner or at one place so the children got some space to play. And these things were really disturbing. When I looked at what we had in terms of budget, there was some money lying idle in what was earlier called as the Boys Fund or Pupil Welfare Fund. So this small fund is collected from children and is supposed to be spent on them for children's literature, for their toys or games and other such things. So the school never bothered about spending it on children, and we had some money in that because it could not be spent on other things. So I, as I said, that I was quite disturbed, and but I did commit a number of blunders in the beginning, and I told my principal कि भाई प्रिंसिपल साहब ये आपने क्या स्कूल को मछली बाज़ार बना रखा है. तो that created a pressure on him, and he started issuing memos and explanation letters to teachers. And it took me some time to figure out that these letters which were issued were, were issued keeping in mind who the culprit was. So if some senior teacher was involved, then their fault was ignored. If some junior teachers were involved, memos were easily handed over to them. And the teacher, for example, shared that she had come out of her class seeing two children almost injure each other while fighting. So not finding her in the class, a letter of complaint was thrust into her hand. So fear was used as an instrument to bring about situation under control. Though state of affair, of course, the relationships and other things remained the same. So in trying to control and change this situation, this pressurized administration consisting of principal, vice principal and others, they started, as I said, to threaten and coerce the teachers. So, and this continued for quite some time, and for the few months in the beginning, all I was doing was signing salary bills, writing answers to right to information, queries and letters received under RTI Act, and most of the letters were received were sent by two of our own colleagues and others by community members. For example, the letters in the questions that were there in the letters included how much travel allowance was given to the staff in 1998, how far from the school was the principal residing in 1998. So how much TA did he claim and why? So what kind of experience is required in order to become the vice principal? What experience does the current vice principal have? So all these things, and I was mostly in inquiry committees were formed, and I was only doing the task of inquiring into such complaints and writing reports. So at times, of course, a friend who visited the school several times, she listened to my agonizing story and made good fun of me, and she said that you will not be able to handle the school because first you are a woman, and secondly you are so plainly dressed, and you don't show your haughtiness by speaking in English, and you are but now this is also 10 years back, so you don't you are younger in age as compared to earlier managers, so kuch hona hua na hai nahi school ka. And at times I felt and she said that you need to be strict, and I need to also accept that I was tempted several times to try out measures suggested by my friend, but then I thought that such tactics of control bring about any change in school. So yeah, after several months elapsed, we did try to find some time to sit together and chat, and I met staff members both in formal meetings and informally, and initially the meetings that we organized were also seen as an act of cruelty, because in the mechanical life of this school it becomes very difficult to find time. And the aim of education and what was happening in school, ye to hota hai, whether it was assembly or whether whenever I asked the teachers कि ये चल रहा है या नहीं. So the aim of education was restricted to accomplishing milestones which were or instructions which were given by the directorate or authorities like CBSE or NCERT. तो वो ही चलता रहा बहुत समय तक. So Sion talked about that different hierarchies in amongst teachers, university teachers, and within school teachers as well. I call it the kind of casteism that exists, between the PGTs and the TGTs, and who teach at different levels of the school. And these are somewhere normalized, and nobody questions them. और भी उसके अलावा बिटवीन सीनियर एंड जूनियर टीचर्स, और वो मतलब आप उसी से समझ सकते हैं कि वो इनफॉर्मल मीटिंग्स, द काइंड ऑफ कमेंट्स व्हिच वर मेड कि बिकॉज ऑफ दीज न्यू कमर्स द स्कूल एटमॉस्फेयर हैज़ बीन विशिएटेड. कोई भी काम करना नहीं चाहता वो वहीं पर. हाँ, तो फिर इन रिटेलिएशन द जूनियर टीचर sarcastically remarked, we only continued the legacy of our seniors. तो यही, and there were other things as well कि भाई जो apart from these many other fractures and conflicts which afflict society at large, such as stratification based on gender, caste, social class, language, all were visible in schools. For example, an experienced teacher of our school remarked about a colleague, well, he's okay, but at times his manners and mannerism reveal his Biharipan. haven't you realized all Biharis have formed one group? तो इसी तरह से औरों के लिए भी, मैडम शी मे बी अ दलित बट शी नोज हाउ टू बिहेव, शी इज़ कल्चर्ड. फिर ये और इसी तरह से देन आई वॉज इन्वाइटेड, देयर वर टी क्लब्स इन स्कूल, so a few tea clubs invited me for tea. वो उसमें होते थे बीच में ब्रेक टाइम में. So one tea club was of 13 to 14 female teachers who got together and had tea in the staff room. They all brought their separate lunch boxes, but it was decided that each teacher in rotation will bring some special cuisine for the group. एक दिन जब मुझे बुलाया गया, the special dish was halim, so everybody enjoyed halim, and a recipe was also exchanged. There was a good atmosphere of humor and gaiety and celebration. So, and a teacher remarked, "Ma'am, we only talk about our domestic affairs here, not politics." So I wanted to ask our families and these tea clubs beyond politics. But the nature of the men's tea club was totally different. So, and I was invited because the principal was part of that tea club, and my position was masculine, you know, manager of the school. So many times I was invited to this other tea club, which ran in the physics lab of the school. So apart from the teachers, lab assistant and principal Sahab was also its member. Here two teachers, they had variety of khana pina, and members contributed a monthly amount for purchasing food items from outside. And as you know, Old Delhi is famous for all kinds of food. But at times, each of these the men in rotation brought some special food cooked by their wives for the group. Then concerned teacher was lauded, "Arey bhai sahab has control over his home." फिर किसी ने प्रिंसिपल साहब खाना लाए थे कि अब तो भाई इन्हें या कोई और कि भाई अब तो बर्तन धोने पड़ेंगे. सो दैट वर द काइंड ऑफ जोक्स विच वर एक्सचेंज. बट डिस्पाइट हैविंग korma biryani together, there was a degree of stiffness between group members. The professional rank and differences which got to some extent they did not reflect in the relationship between teachers, in female teachers in the other tea club. Here they were totally intact. So and professional rank and differences got reflected in interpersonal relations. So और फिर ये होता था कि नहारी रोटी प्रिंसिपल साहब का जो था वो अलग था बैठने की जगह, एंड कई बार मेरा भी वहीं पर लगता था मेरे लिए प्लेट. बट आई यूज टू सिट विद टीचर्स, वो ऐसे ही एक जगह पर they used to sit on stools, so I preferred to sit with them. And the lab assistant served korma biryani or whatever thing was purchased to the principal. फिर एक और टी क्लब इसी तरह से था जो कि 3 टीचर्स द सीनियर मोस्ट चलाते थे, एंड वन फीमेल वाज आल्सो अ पार्ट ऑफ दैट क्लब व्हिच वाज क्वाइट awkward, not in the sense keeping in mind the culture of the place and the school. तो थोड़ा सा अलग लगता था. लेकिन जो वो टी क्लब था उसके अंदर I was never invited by this tea club, so you can imagine their the power and जो वो था उनका. So, but yeah, these tea clubs taught me several things, that how these informal associations and relationships, how cultural power is concealed but present, and how there is power of ideology and tradition and uninterrogated beliefs. तो वो कंसील्ड पावर का एक एहसास हुआ, और किस तरह से टीचर्स जो हैं वो अलग अलग तरह से, जैसे बैल्ड्रिज ने यूनिवर्सिटी में ही क्लासिफाइड टीचर्स एज ऑफिशियल्स, एक्टिविस्ट्स, अटेंटिव्स, एंड दोज वर totally apathetics. They were not इन्वॉल्व इन द डे टू डे वर्किंग, तो उसी तरह से मैं भी अपने टीचर्स को कुछ हद तक क्लासीफाई कर सकती थी. बट या I think with time, because I'll skip so many things which I have written, so you will feel that as if I used a magic wand and things started changing. But yeah, our relationship, when the principal realized that I represented, and these are crucial differences with people in positions of power have to realize. I represented a school in the managing committee, not the managing committee in school. So that is one thing. When I thought about my position, I said to myself, so when slowly the principal, for example, earlier the teachers complained that only 2-3 people, they run the school, only 3 people, school principal, 2 senior most teachers, they are involved, और कोई involved नहीं है. But slowly things started changing. A small thing, I'll just read this out to you. This is quite funny. Initially teachers never came to me for any discussion, or as I said, in the meeting also, the only thing that they talked about was their own, what they want from school. Nobody was concerned about children, or they hardly, came to me or demanded a meeting, or if the meetings happened, most remained quiet. तो मैंने एक बार told the Joint Secretary of Delhi Education Society that teachers either kept away from me or they had complaints about lack of facilities. तो उन्होंने, he calmly replied, he said, I will tell you an incident which will help you in understanding your teachers better. And this is the incident that he told me. I had once joined the armed forces and later I left them. We were required to present ourselves at 5 in the morning for the parade. Standing in line, one day I realized that I had forgotten to wear my belt. A Pandit boy was standing beside me. I told him that I will have to bear the captain's admonishment early in the morning for not wearing my belt. He coolly replied, never mind, tilt your cap slightly. I did just that. Similarly, teachers want to keep you engaged in trivial things so that you don't see their shortcomings. Okay, but things slowly started to change when the teachers saw that I did not criticize or harm them, and I understood their challenges. And instead of complaints, later I started receiving suggestions. But this journey required me to be patient and keep hope alive. So, the kind of politics that earlier existed in the school, such politics has been called as infra-politics by James Scott. Some of you might have read him. Seeing Like a State wale James Scott. But this is a different book. I don't remember the name of the book. तो वो जो है कहीं पर the complexity which remained veiled, which involved strains and mistrust and rivalries, manipulations, lobbying, and insidious and malicious ways, was really not easy to understand. An old faculty member, Jabbar Sahab, referring to the manipulative tactics and pretense of staff, said, even the CBI would fail to understand the politics. तो हमारी जो वाइस प्रिंसिपल थी वो उसे मिजाज कहती थी. लेकिन जेम्स स्कॉट uses the term public transcript for discourse in the presence of the dominant, and the term hidden transcript to characterize discourse that takes place off stage beyond direct observation by power holders. We need to but remember that power relations are not alas, so straightforward that we can call what is said in power-laden context false and what is said off stage true. We cannot prejudge. However, politics, even the CBI would fail to see and grasp, has been referred to as infra-politics by Scott. So why this infra-politics was present in school? There were many reasons. One was a lack of, there was a lot of insecurity among staff members. This was due to perceived and often real favoritism, nepotism, inequality by their seniors, their weak academic training. Since several teachers were residents of the area, so their family stories and information about extra income through tuitions would travel to the school and they would be potentially exploited by their peers. To teachers' unaddressed prejudices and stereotypes and all such things. Then the third was administrative process involving important decisions related to money investment purchases which are not in order and which were not transparent, and there were charges of eating money. For many staff members who were first generation of their families to have reached this stage after much toil and hardship in their respective educational and work journeys were single earning members who supported their immediate and extended families, and their difficult journeys had taught them the importance of being patient, alert and on guard. 5 is the most important reason, which is of petty politicking. The school staff had many hefty bodies, including Delhi Education Society, the Managing Committee, the Directorate of Education, sitting at the top of their head. So, and the School Managing Committee had direct access to the administration and staff, of course, through the manager. So, these bodies took upon themselves the task of disciplining teachers. So all these together resulted in the kind of things which were happening. But as some of the things, started changing, as teachers started participating and many what is it called? Committees were made. Some teachers voluntarily got involved in those committees. Other had to be, somehow one had to plead with them or use one's positional authority. क्या ही जाएगी, देखा जाएगा और देखेंगे काम जब होगा तो सब मिल के करेंगे. So all those things happened. But school slowly did undergo a change, and the ordinary school calendar, involving a number of committees, involving the house system became functional. Initially when I asked, is the house system working? It was only working on paper. कहा गया हाँ काम कर रहा है. तो एक दिन मैं पहुंची सुबह में हाउस काम के सैटरडे में कुछ होता है. So when I reached the school, all children were seated, नीचे दरी पर, and some quiz was happening. बच्चे ने आंसर किया, पूछा किस हाउस से हैं. The child did not know. So yeah, things were not working. कोई बाहर से स्कूल नहीं आ रहा था, कुछ और नहीं हो रहा था. तो स्कूल असेंबली के हाँ वो तो it is running according to what has been sent by the directorate. 2 मिनट इसमें होता है, 3 मिनट का ये होता है, so 10 मिनट का क्या. तो ये भी सारी चीज़ें ना वो भेजते हैं the directorate and others के how to run these things. But slowly things did undergo a change. जैसे मैंने एक सोशल साइंस की टीचर से पूछा, she organized a very interesting exhibition in schools, and I congratulated them. A few teachers were involved, and I said, oh, you also teach social science? And I said in a jest कि आप भी आपने कुछ कर नहीं पाई अपने हाशिएबंदी का. तो कहने लगी हाँ वैसे तो जो लोग, बल्कि उन्होंने ही कहा, when those lying on the margins they get a chance, there ought to be flooding because so many things were exhibited. तो मैंने कहा कि you teach children about confronting marginalization, how could you not find a way out? Yes ma'am, we were lying on the fringes for years, nobody bothered to even look at us. अब कुछ कुछ हम करने लगे हैं. तो as the organization, it moved from a very oligarchic structure to a democratic one. Children, teachers got involved in various committees and various things. So a number of changes took place in school. But firstly, the principal and vice principal, they realized that despite being a part of managing committee and in the know-how of everything, I was with them in their endeavors. They felt I was trying to understand people and issues and accordingly planning things with them. When school started doing better, administration felt confident to step out of the faction they had worked with earlier and appreciate the work of others. जो 2-3 लोगों के साथ काम करते थे उसमें से निकले. And I actually appreciated all that was happening was because of the principal. Or another thing which actually underwent a lot of change was when teachers and children, they got an opportunity to work with each other. The relations started to improve. Teachers became much more aware of children's socio-economic situation and started appreciating their abilities and talents. तो वो जो एक डिस्टेंस था बच्चों के और उनके बीच में, एंड मेनली इफ आई लुक एट माई रोल, दैट व्हाट आई एक्चुअली was able to do was that some change in the relationship between teachers and the manager, between teachers themselves, was somewhere got initiated because they saw that I am not harming them, or I am very open to them and I am talking to them and I am talking to the children, and the relationship slowly underwent a change. And a lot of as trust developed between us. And another thing which happened, that discourse in the school, what the discourse was, that also underwent some change. And that is how, when we use our power, and I feel that power, one cannot really say that, हम power का तो इस्तेमाल ही नहीं कर रहे हैं, but power can be put to good use. How? Because discourses are in a way determined by the position of power. Another very interesting incident, but a very painful one, which took place in school was कि वो बच्चों को तो क्रिमिनलाइज करने का एक था ही वो, अ यंग बॉय ऑफ क्लास 6 or 7, इरशाद, उसके घर भी बिकेम अ वेरी गुड फ्रेंड, इफ आई मे से, उससे काफ़ी बात होती थी, एंड आई वेंट टू हिज हाउस सेवरल टाइम, इन विच उसी में कारखाना भी चलता था. तो इरशाद जो थे, अचानक ये हुआ कि इरशाद काफ़ी दिन एब्सेंट हो गए और कुछ ये पता चला कि कुछ बीमार हैं, क्या हैं. और एक दिन टीचर को उन्होंने कुछ ख़त लिखा और टीचर ने जो था वो फाड़ करके फेंक दिया, क्या कुछ इस तरह का हुआ. एंड एक्चुअली द इशू वॉज, विच लेटर द टीचर टोल्ड मी, वॉज दैट दिस यंग chap, Irshad, he developed a very special friendship with a girl of his class, and he also with his money bought her a phone. एक छोटा सा फ़ोन लेके उसे दे दिया to keep in touch with him. तो वो फ़ोन लेकर के दे दिया. जब वो पता चला कि भाई ये चल रहा है, तो वहाँ पे बच्चियों को लेके तो बड़ा, भाई हमारे टीचर्स भी बड़े डरते थे और पेरेंट्स और ज़्यादा. तो उसको ये हुआ कि उस बच्ची को माँ बाप ने दूसरे स्कूल में भेज दिया. 6th और 7th में हमारे इरशाद थे. अब बच्ची दूसरे स्कूल में चली गई. दिस चाइल्ड वेंट इनटू अ डिप्रेशन. अब वो डिप्रेशन में गए, उन्होंने फिर वो स्कूल नहीं आ रहे थे, उन्होंने एक भाई लिख करके, भाई के साथ में रहते थे, माँ बाप बिहार में थे, तो उन्होंने एक ख़त लिख के टीचर को भेजा दैट आई एम अनवेल, आई विल नॉट बी एबल टू कम, बिकॉज वो इरशाद से लिखा हुआ था, पेरेंट्स और वो तो नहीं लिख सकते थे भाई, और बड़ा भाई को लिखना नहीं आता था, तो और एक ऐसे ही कागज़ पे लिखा था, तो टीचर टोर दैट इनटू पीसेस और वो फेंक दिया। तो जो दोस्त लेकर के आया था, उसने जा कर के इरशाद को बता दिया, एंड इन हिज बाउट्स ऑफ इंस्टेबिलिटी ही केप्ट सेइंग, अरे टीचर ने मेरा ख़त भी पाड़ दिया। जब मुझे पता चला तो मुझे आई रियली उधर शायद गुस्सा मुझे आता है, ऐसी बात नहीं है, लेकिन उस स्कूल में कमी गुस्सा से कोई कुछ होता नहीं, लेकिन बहुत कोशिश करती थी सबसे कि, और इसका एहसास रहता था कि दिस पोजिशनल अथॉरिटी शुड नॉट बी पुट इनटू दिस काइंड ऑफ एन इम्प्रॉपर यूज। सो आई नेवर एवर, मतलब वो गुस्से का तो नहीं वो करती थी, बट दिस टाइम आई रियली गॉट एंग्री एंड आई क्वेश्चन द टीचर कि ये क्या किया भाई आपने। तो टीचर ने कहा कि अरे मैम आपको पता नहीं है उसने क्या हरकतें उसकी कैसी थी, उसने ये किया। तो वो फिर मैंने कहा कि अरे भाई तो हमें तो उससे और हमदर्दी की ज़रूरत थी। दिस चाइल्ड वाज गोइंग थ्रू सच एन इमोशनल टर्मोइल, अ यंग चैप, जिसको ये सब अभी एहसासात उसके अंदर ये थे, सो वी शुड हैव सपोर्टेड हिम। सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज दैट माय पोजीशन गेव मी this privilege of somewhere initiating a different kind of discourse in school, whether it was related to such incidents, whether it was related to बच्चे देर में ही आते हैं, इनके माँ बाप ऐसे हैं या भेजते नहीं हैं, माएँ सोती रहती हैं। अरे भाई माएँ सोती रहती हैं क्योंकि रात के 2 बजे there's a small area which is called as Pasapura, which used to have slaughterhouses, 100 years old slaughterhouses. Now the slaughterhouses shifted to a place which is 30 kilometers away. So people have to leave for Mandi at 3 AM in the morning. और भी चीज़ें होती हैं, तो भाई वो लोगों को भी उठना पड़ता है, सुबह में काम जाना होता है, तो रात के 2-3 बजे तक काम होता है। एक कमरे का घर है, इसके 4 कमरे आप बना लें इस जगह पे, तो उसमें काम भी होता है, लोग सोते भी हैं। तो ये कि ये लोग होते ही ऐसे हैं, है ना। सो तो कहीं पर देन स्लोली व्हेन एंड वेरी फ्यू टीचर्स वर फ्रॉम दैट एरिया, but they also never opened their mind. And when I started talking about such things which our children have to go through, then teachers also started sharing how the children, the kind of hardships that our children face, and they also have the kind of abilities that they have. तो वो चीज़ें कि भाई ये चीज़ें हैं। देन वी स्टार्टेड अ मेंटर सिस्टम के एक 10th और 12th के बच्चों के साथ वन टीचर गॉट एसोसिएटेड, शी वाज विद देम, 3 बच्चे हम लोगों ने साथ ले लिए, और आई वाज आल्सो अ मेंटर टू अ फ्यू चिल्ड्रन। तो वो चीज़ें फिर शुरू की। अच्छा, अभी बहुत शायद टाइम नहीं है, तो मैं 1-2 चीज़ें अपने इससे बता देती हूँ। तो ये एक है, फिर हमारे जो जामिया के अंदर, एज आई सेड, आई टीच for almost more than a decade. In fact, I teach a course which is called as Conceptual Foundations of Education, and there have been each year, most of the students, all of them pass. But if I say that do they undergo a change in perspective? No. Of 50 students, shayad only 4 or 5 do have a change of perspective on going through this course. बट एंड इट इज़ नॉट, ये भी नहीं होता है कि जिनके बहुत ज़्यादा मार्क्स हों वो उनकी समझ भी बनी हो, लेकिन हाँ देर हैव बीन चिल्ड्रन समटाइम्स इन 1 year 4 or 5, if I say a good number would be 4 or 5 or 6, smaller would be 2 or 3 students who claim a change in perspective. And I feel that they attribute the change in their belief system to references I make and I discuss with them, and these are related to 3 kinds of aspects. Firstly, I use my own and their life journeys, my own and their life journeys as text. Secondly, several nuanced details in my conversation. They come from my experiences of working closely with schools in different capacities. I also get at times associated with school as teachers. When I was teaching in LSR, I came to Jamia and I took classes with class 3. And thirdly, the big events and happenings around us become the subject of scrutiny. For example, the infamous Batla House encounter or the CAA, NRC, protests which have happened. So analysis of these events form the content of many of my classes around democracy, secularism, nationalism, national integration. So and this is not just about the change in perspective of students, but I realize that my own perspectives, my own prejudices have undergone a sea change on teaching this paper and on interaction with and on being with schools such as the one I talked about. And the students, when I teach them things like hidden curriculum, some very interestingly they point out, we have seen only you and 2 other teachers of the department stand in the canteen queue. So, but interestingly, and this position has now changed, and how a teacher's position or positionality changes her relationship with students. So I'll just quickly read this out. Initially, I did not have a good enough relationship. I could not develop, a good enough relationship with the boys in my class, and especially the Muslim boys. उनके साथ नहीं हो पाता था, और वो क्यों होता था वो समझना बड़ा मुश्किल सा था. मैं पढ़ती हूँ. हाँ, a disturbing thing which I repeatedly encountered in my 10 years of being in Jamia was that I haven't been able to forge close relations with many Muslim boys. Several questions come to my mind. Does this perception of me, that is their perception of me, being a liberal woman, alienate them? What kind of support do they seek? Are their notions of secularism and its interface with religion different from those of other students? Is patronage, this also at times I think, that is patronage the first step towards support? Do the peer dynamics of the class consisting of students from different socio-religious backgrounds have an effect on my relationship with them? Many of my Muslim students who are from adjoining states have faced discrimination in admission, getting houses on rent, and in access to jobs. Some hard-up students take tuitions in affluent areas close to Jamia such as Maharani Bagh and New Friends Colony. A student told me that his young students in 2 far-off places, New Friends Colony and Mata Sundari College, had similar prejudices. Both believe that Muslims store guns and ammunition and they are dangerous. These experiences pertaining to contemporary socio-political climate resulted in heightened religious consciousness among Muslim youth, and when discussions happened in class, in his study of communalism in 19th and early 20th century, Anil Sethi identified two forms of religious community identities other than communalism: latent religious identity and activated religious identity. And in such a political atmosphere, I think latent religious identities become activated. So, and there is an interesting discourse among Muslims which I have often heard in Jamia. It is said that privileged amongst Muslim community become secular. Any social construct has different academic and popular connotations based on context. Secular here means different things: questioning Islam, lack of preferential treatment towards impoverished and deprived co-religionists, the larger public sphere consisting of social media and other public institutions remains skewed towards the majority communities, both in distribution of material and cultural capital. Moreover, for many of these young men residing in ghettos, the classroom and university become public spaces that hold the possibility of egalitarianism. In such a situation, for these young people, secular means a space where they have a fairer chance to question the atrocities of the state, display their religion, and regain some self-esteem. In such a situation, as a teacher, it becomes difficult at times to position myself in such a way that I remain a part of their community while questioning issues of caste and sects amongst Muslims or gendered interpretation of Quran by male theologists. At times, I am cornered by the students who answer questions related to such issues. To answer questions related. When I fail their litmus test, there is a clear rejection of much of what my course has to offer. In fact, I am now in a position to say that many of these young men would be much more open to the people from other socio-religious communities. But I think somehow I've become a little more empathetic, a little more open, and now thankfully I have very good, and they saw me protesting. So they are very happy with my position, and I get to forge good relationship with many of my students. Lastly, the same students to whom I teach this course on conceptual foundations of education, some of them are also in my practicum course, which is called as Understanding Self. And because we have a close relationship, these are amazing stories of struggle and turmoil, of migration and change, of what they understand by religion. A student has written 6 pages of her dilemma pertaining to whether to wear abaya or not, और किस तरह से उसने फिर she chose to wear abaya and किस तरह की चीज़ें वो अब कर पा रही है. और इसके अंदर जो कहानियाँ हैं वो जैसे ये उसने खुद ही टाइटल किया, इतना खूबसूरत, खुद की तलाश. तो मतलब these are not just these are so educative for me. मुझे क्या कुछ इससे पता चलता है about the new liberal assault, how livelihoods have changed, how capitalism has changed how people live and how they change. किस तरह की चीज़ें इससे पता चलती है. जैसे इसके दादा सरकारी नौकरी करते थे और किस तरह का उस वक्त रुतबा था, लेकिन अब्बू की परवरिश संभल में हुई और अब्बू की ज़िंदगी कुछ ऐसी थी, ये अपने वालिद के बारे में बात कर रही है, कि ना माँ बाप का प्यार था, ना भाई बहनों के साथ खेल खिलौने। अब्बू ने चचा, जो कि मेरे छोटे दादा हुए, उनकी सिलाई की दुकान हुआ करती थी और वो दुकान आज भी है। और वो अब्बू को सिलाई का काम सिखाते थे। पहले अब्बू स्कूल जाते और स्कूल के बाद दुकान पर काम सीखने जाते। बहुत छोटी उम्र में अब्बू ने काफ़ी काम सीख लिया और अब्बू आगे पढ़ना चाहते थे। 8वीं के बाद उन्होंने पढ़ाई के लिए मना कर दिया। फिर किस तरह से सीखी कि जिस शहर में अम्मी थी अमरोहा, वहाँ बीड़ी का काम बहुत मशहूर है। बीड़ी जो तंबाकू से बनती है, जिसे लोग पीते हैं, वो अमरोहा में बनाने का चलन था, आज भी मौजूद है। सबसे पहले पत्ते को भिगोया जाता है, फिर काटा जाता है, फिर बीड़ी बनाई जाती है और फिर बंडल बनाया जाता है। 1000 बीड़ियाँ बनाने के उस वक्त 20 रुपए मिलते थे। मेरी नानी के घर के हालात बहुत ख़राब थे, क्योंकि नाना अकेले कमाने वाले थे और एक छोटी सी सिलाई की दुकान पर नाना काम किया करते थे। फिर नाना ने अपना काम दिल्ली जाकर करना शुरू किया। वो किसी बड़ी कंपनी में एक छोटे से कारीगर लगे। दिस इज़ व्हाट आई वांटेड टू पॉइंट आउट, कि जो एक ओनरशिप थी, एंड देयर आर स्टूडेंट्स एंड from diverse background. You all must visit our education department because the kind of the students that we have in different courses. PhD program has a totally different profile of students. MA has a different profile. BEd has a different profile, and the diploma program has a totally different profile of students. Many of them work. They write such stories. उनका ये पता है। अच्छा, ये भी जो आप पढ़ते हैं वो आपको पता चलता है कि किस तरह से, बिकॉज ऑफ what we understand as capitalism and neoliberal assault, कि किस तरह से लोग ये सब जो है अलग अलग कास्ट के हैं, दर्जी का काम, बुनाई का काम और चीज़ों का काम जो लोग करते थे, एंड दे जो कुछ प्रोड्यूस करते थे, दे वर एबल टू नेगोशिएट कि कितना पैसा उसका मिलेगा, बिकॉज दे ओन दैट थिंग। लेकिन अब नाना भी एक मजदूर, छोटे मोटे कारीगर बन गए। इस बच्ची के जो वालिद हैं, ये वर्क्स इन अ बिग कॉर्पोरेट हाउस, बट he used to have his own tailoring shop, but now he is a pattern designer. So, and the wages that he gets are determined by them sitting away, not in India but somewhere else. तो जो पैसे नीचे ऊपर जाते हैं वो तो फिर इनके हाथ में नहीं होते। तो कैसी ज़िंदगी बदली है, किस तरह से क्या दोस्तियाँ और इख्तलाफ और सब कुछ। तो शुक्रिया बहुत बहुत, यहीं पे रुकती हूँ मैं, काफ़ी ज़्यादा
थैंक यू फॉर दैट वंडरफुल प्रेजेंटेशन। और मतलब इतने सारी चीज़ें हैं, एंड ऑफ कोर्स इट्स डिफिकल्ट टू जस्ट bring it together, but I mean we are glad that we got a glimpse into the different aspects of your educational practice. So now I think we'd like to have some reflections and questions. So if there are any immediate questions you can ask, or you can also just go one by one and just reflect on the things that struck us, क्योंकि बहुत सारे experiential insights है, and I think I know that I resonated with some of it and also had some questions. But maybe I'll start by saying a couple of things and then others can join in. So I think one thing that stood out for me from what you said is the importance of being a listener. I don't think you talked about it as as a listener, but the fact that as a manager or as a teacher, you are trying to really listen to what is perhaps not represented by the official discourse, what gets hidden or what gets stereotyped, caricatured, dismissed, and in that listening there is an empathy, but also there is a generation of knowledge that is new, right? And what you were talking with regard to your own classes, that you are learning about the conditions of lives of students, right? And that becomes so important then as an educator to build your relationship. So that really stood out for me. I had a very sort of practical question about this also. I think that your practice is really shaped by journaling also.
Right.
You write
Right.
diary notes and you write in a journal. तो ये जो मतलब हम तो बोलते हैं मतलब this is a good teacher practice और ये तो मतलब institutionally भी recommend करते हैं that teachers should note down. But one of the big issues is that like वो time कैसे मिलेगा to do this, right? And you are doing it in so much depth, right? So I just wanted to also like know from you and from others also like what could be some practices that we develop to just note down what's happening right around us. So as we are going into classrooms, teaching, working, in whatever position, even as students, right? It becomes quite important that you keep noting down things and then something gets produced from it. That you didn't know that this will become like a book, but you just kept doing it and something came out of it. Right?
Absolutely.
So just wanted to think more about that. Others.
मैम मेरा एक सवाल था आपसे ये कि आपने कहा कि वो 2 सेटअप्स थे ऑफ मेंस टी क्लब एंड वुमेन्स टी क्लब और आपने कहा कि मेंस टी क्लब में वो अभी भी हायरार्कीज मेंटेन कर रहे थे whereas women's tea club was like a respite from the hierarchical setup. तो आपने क्या उसके बारे में सोचा कि ये ऐसा क्यों है कि यहाँ पे ये अभी भी कंटिन्यू कर रहे हैं और यहाँ पे ये रिस्पाइट बन गया?
बिल्कुल सोचा तो, लेकिन ये भी था ना कि experiences of many women, unlike men have varied experiences. They went out, took tuitions, घरों से इतना नहीं, but there was a lot of which was common between फीमेल टीचर्स. बहुत सारी चीज़ें एक तरह की थी कि वो घर और बच्चे और सास और ससुर और सास के ताने और वो जो कि जिसकी बातचीत भी होती थी. तो जैसे एक टीचर ने कहा, वो मैंने लिखा भी है कि शी वांटेड टू परचेज AC. तो वो हुआ कि भाई लेकिन मना कर रही हैं वो सास और वो इतना बिजली का बिल. तो कहा गया एंड दिस वाज हैपनिंग व्हाइल आई वाज हैविंग लंच विद देम. तो कहा कि नहीं भाई अब वो खिदमत एक जगह है और ये एक तरफ है. इतनी मेहनत करती हो तो वो खरीदो. तो वो एक दूसरे को, एक औरत जब घर से निकलती है, आई थिंक she needs that support, and they were all first generation of their families to come out of their houses and come here. तो वो भी एक बड़ा फैक्टर था. मर्दों का इतना वो नहीं था, and all they were concerned about was the journey of files कि वो कहाँ तक पहुँचा और इसको ये मुझे मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा. DPC कब हो रही है, डिपार्टमेंटल प्रमोशन कमेटी या उसके, तो उस तरह की चीज़ें. एंड दे वर मच मोर स्टेटस कॉन्शियस एज कम्पेयर टू वीमेन हु हैड मैनी अदर थिंग्स टू शेयर एंड टॉक अबाउट. तो वो कुछ कम हुआ था, वो कुछ कम लगता था, और वो शायद यूनिवर्सिटी स्पेस में भी इस तरह की चीज़ महसूस होती है.
मैं इसको दूसरे एंगल से परस्यू कर रहा था. मैं इसे सोच रहा था इन टर्म्स ऑफ केयर वर्क.
वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग.
आपने जब कहा खुद ही कि आप बहुत मैस्कुलिन पोजीशन में थी ऑफ मैनेजिंग, और टीचर्स जो आई मीन फीमेल टीचर्स जो थी वो एक्चुअली केयर वर्क करती थी, तो वो थकती भी थी बिकॉज इट्स अ वेरी बॉडीली रिस्पॉन्स ऑफ फटीग where they want a respite from all of the other things in the school, and so they very clearly told you कि यहाँ पे politics.
वो भी मैंने वो किया है, क्योंकि उनका ये था जैसे they were not interested in taking up any work. कि नहीं मिल रहा तो भी ठीक है, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव नहीं मिल रहा है तो ठीक है, वो ज़्यादा टाइम अपनी फैमिली को दे पा रही हैं. जैसे एक वो थे जो काफ़ी इंटरेस्टेड रहते थे डिपार्टमेंट जाने में, तो आपस में बात होती थी, अरे थोड़ी तारीफ कर देते हैं, वो दौड़ते रहेंगे, हमें नहीं करना पड़ेगा। तो उस तरह की चीज़ें भी थी। सो इट वाज बहुत टैक्टफुली चीज़ें होती थी, जो चॉइस थी कि क्या लेना है, किस काम में इन्वॉल्व होना है, क्यों होना है। बट लेटर many of them also got motivated. For example, one teacher, she took up the responsibility of looking after what is that called, जो उसका काम असेसमेंट का CCA या नहीं क्या कहते हैं उसे, CCE। हाँ, तो बहुत लंबा चौड़ा काम होता है। तो बट शी टुक दैट अप एंड शी वाज सो गुड एट इट दैट वो फिर जो सीनियर टीचर्स थे, इवन मैन, एंड शी वाज अ TGT, तो वो फिर PGTs जो थे उनसे भी कि भाई आप वक्त पे लाइए, वक्त पे कीजिए, ये कहाँ है। तो बट वो उससे बहुत कुछ कह नहीं पाते थे। वो खुद भी कहती थी कि हाँ भाई मैं हूँ ऐसी और ज़ोरावर हूँ, मुझसे ये लोग नहीं वो कर सकते। तो वो अपने अलग अलग, और बहुत से टीचर्स नहीं लेते थे बिकॉज दे वांटेड मोर टाइम, दे वांटेड टू लीव ऑन टाइम एंड दे हैड जेन्युइन कंसर्न्स। बच्चे घर में आ रहे होंगे, ताला लगा हुआ है, शाम में जब भी मैंने कंसील्ड पावर की भी बात की है, और सबसे सरप्राइजिंग लगता था कि आकर के कह रहे हैं अरे वो हस्बैंड ने खाने पे बुला लिया है दोस्तों को, जाके तैयारी करनी है। अब आप मैनेजर से कह रहे हैं, मतलब मैं क्या कहूँ, क्योंकि ये भी बहुत एक जेन्युइन सी चीज़ है, इस पर क्या बोलो। जी
मैम, मेरा सवाल, आपने पूरा अपने जो टॉप कोर्स में कल्चर कैसे आपने चेंज किया, और जो ये पावर डिवीज़न भी था जेंडर के बेसिस पर ही, एंड मैनिपुलेशन और ये सारी जो पॉलिटिक्स की बातें थी, तो ये एक कंसर्न मतलब जहाँ मैं भी काम करती हूँ हायर एकेडेमिया में भी देखा है, एंड इट सॉर्ट ऑफ वेज ऑन यू, लाइक हाउ डू यू at some point you withdraw from the cultural life of the institution because you don't want to participate in it, but it is also very necessary to participate in it. So as a young person, I wanted like a sort of like an advice from you how to negotiate such situations, because you have been at both the ends, like as an administrator and as
but I too have to at times withdraw from very active cultural corporate life of the institution. वो तो फिर you have to pick and choose. डिपार्टमेंट में नई चीज़ें वो करते हैं, नई काम मिलता, फिर लगता है चलो जी ठीक है, यही सही है, बहुत कुछ और है करने के लिए। तो क्या करें, क्या बाई टाइम्स बहुत ज़्यादा एनर्जी कितनी आप कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स और लड़ाई में लगाएंगे, जबकि मतलब ज़रूरत होती है कि हाँ एक हद तक। पता नहीं, I don't know. It really is a very difficult question to answer.
But one thing you said is about the need to have hope.
Absolutely, need to have hope and things change. लेकिन अगर आप स्कूल का भी पूछेंगे, these are fragile systems and top heavy bodies. Once that वो ऊपर से जब चीज़ें बदलती हैं तो सभी कुछ फिर बदल जाता है। थिंग्स डू स्लाइड डाउन, थिंग्स चेंज। क्योंकि टीचर्स की भी अगर बात करें तो बहुत गहरे चेंजेस उनकी मानसिकता में, उनके जेंडर रिलेशंस में, उनके इंटरपर्सनल रिलेशंस में वो डीप सीटेड चेंजेस तो नहीं थे। वो चीज़ें बदल गई कुछ हद तक, और फिर वो ज़रूरी नहीं है कुछ तो चेंज, या कुछ चेंजेस तो शायद रहे। जैसे काफ़ी साल बाद एक मैंने ही इनिशिएट किया था, इनिशिएटेड जेंडर वर्कशॉप्स फॉर टीचर्स एज वेल एज चिल्ड्रन। वो जेंडर कमेटी पे मैंने लिखा है स्कूल की, जो बहुत ख़तरनाक काम कर रही थी। तो फिर वो बच्चे और टीचर्स के लिए वो किए थे वो वर्कशॉप। बाद में भी कुछ दिन चली, प्रभा वाले काम कर रहे थे, और उनका फिर देखने, इम्पैक्ट देखने, अ फ्रेंड वेंट टू द स्कूल एंड आई वाज नॉट द मैनेजर देन, and she saw some changes, and later she looked at my book, and then she realized, oh, ये किताब थी और ये फराह was then the manager. तो फिर उसने कहा, उसने बल्कि मैंने ये लिखा भी है कि उसको फिर लगा कि ये इतनी सारी चीज़ें जो बहुत चीज़ें बदली हैं, वो कुछ और सिर्फ हम अपनी वर्कशॉप्स को वो नहीं दे सकते हैं, बहुत कुछ बदल गया है. तो वो चीज़ें थोड़ा सा एक हिम्मत देती थी, खुशी देती थी. लेकिन यही है कि चीज़ें तो वापस भी आती हैं. दीज आर फ्रेजाइल सिस्टम्स अनलेस एंड अनटिल वी चेंज. There are deep-seated changes, and also we don't need such top-heavy bodies with the school, and especially the government-aided schools. They have a managing committee and a governing body and the Directorate of Education sitting over their head. तो वो जैसे उसने ये लिखा था, my friend then wrote to me, I never knew you were the school manager. Mine was a very tiny window. Just came a couple of times purely for assessing the impact, and clearly the change was so enormous that it indicated a wider context within the school. Learning of your involvement helps place my brief interaction in perspective. Such a transformation is not an easy thing, very unusual in fact. But despite this, these changes, as I said, were not sustainable, cannot be sustainable in such institution or institution like the one we are sitting. वो नहीं हो सकते सस्टेनेबल. बल्कि जबकि एक और मज़ेदार सा, हमारी जो वाइस चांसलर थी उनको लगता था, एंड बाय द वे I was regarded, though many changes did take place in the ethos, in the culture of the school and other things. और रिलेशनशिप्स में सबसे ज़्यादा पहले 3 लोग काम कर रहे थे, फिर 45 में से 30 टीचर्स काम कर रहे थे, और बहुत सारी चीज़ें तो हुई, और काफ़ी बच्चों को फ़र्क लग रहा था. एक और 2 चीज़ें मैं बताऊंगी. जैसे लेकिन हमारी प्रिंसिपल कहती थी, मुझे वीक मैनेजर समझा जाता था, कहा जाता था. तो वो मुझे लेटर माय वाइस प्रिंसिपल, शी became a friend, she is still a friend, sends me good morning messages which I promptly, जो मैं फ़ौरन वापस भेजती हूँ. तो वो जो है वो कहती थी कि भाई ऐसे तो नहीं, ये इतनी शाइस्ता मिजाजी से काम नहीं चलता है. वो जैसे उन्होंने वो शेर भी पढ़ती थी, हल होते हैं मसले शबनम मिजाजी से बहुत, बुद्धियाँ ऐसी भी हैं जिनको सुलझाती है आग. तो बड़ा मुझे वो करती थी कि भाई ऐसे थोड़ी काम चलता है. देयर इज़ मैनी अ प्रॉब्लम फॉर ओनली अ कूल माइंड टू फिगर आउट. देयर इज़ मैनी एंड नॉट दैट ओनली फायर कैन सॉर्ट. तो ये सब था. लेकिन स्कूल का माहौल जो बदला वो टीचर्स के लिए ही नहीं. जैसे बच्चों का एक बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ जब हुई कि भाई स्कूल में कुछ करना है, शुरू में तो ऐसी ही चेंजेस, कुछ कॉस्मेटिक करने की कोशिश की. हम बुलेटिन बोर्ड्स आए बहुत सारे, विच वी पुट अप ऑन इन अ कॉरिडोर. एनुअल फंक्शन से पहले तो भाई उसमें चीज़ें लगाई गई. बड़ा अच्छा स्कूल लग रहा था, सबने बड़ी तारीफ़ की, हम बड़े खुश. भाई सब गेस्ट को दिखाया. उसके बाद ये हुआ कि जब दूसरे दिन गए तो सारे गायब. तो मैंने कहा भाई कहाँ गए, एंड लगे. अब उन्होंने, टीचर ने बड़े, वो हमारे प्रिंसिपल साहब ने बड़ी गाली दी. मैं ये भाई मैम आप जानती नहीं इन कम वक्तों को, ये जो हैं ये सारे, ये सिर्फ कागज़ ही थोड़े ही जो लगा था वही थोड़ी फाड़ रहे थे, ये तो बुलेटिन बोर्ड ही फाड़े दे रहे थे. बच्चों के लिए कहा, और मैं नहीं लगाऊंगा, वो जब कोई फंक्शन होगा तो लगा देंगे, फिर उतार के रख देंगे. तो मैंने कहा नहीं लगा दीजिए, बच्चों ही के लिए तो है, भाई फट जाए ठीक है. तो वो लगाए और वाकई फिर वो फटे वटे थोड़े. तो मैं गई स्कूल, उन्होंने कहा देखिए आपकी वजह से लगा दिया, अभी फट रहे हैं. मैंने कहा भाई जो दिल चाहे कीजिए. वो उतर के रखे गए. सो एज द हाउस सिस्टम बिकेम फंक्शनल एंड ईच क्लास वाज असाइंड अ वीक कि कुछ लिखना है, लगाना है, और हाउस सिस्टम भी काम करने लगा, तब तो इतनी चीज़ें लगती थी. फिर मैंने प्रिंसिपल से पूछा कि क्या हुआ, अब नहीं फाड़ते बच्चे? कहने लगे नहीं मैम, अब तो एक पिन भी गिर जाता है तो फ़ौरन लगाते हैं. एक दिन मैं खड़ा था, वो फटा हुआ था कोई पेंटिंग, तो एक बच्चा गया, वो सेलो टेप लेके आया, उसने चिपकाया, तो चेंज हुआ। लेकिन वो चेंज, you know, in such fragile systems, change is not sustainable. It requires dedicated efforts, it requires years of work, it requires a change in belief system, it requires a change in structure, organizational structure.
Thank you. बहुत ही अच्छा लगा स्ट्रक्चर, बहुत खुशी है कि आप बता रहे हैं। तो आप बता रही हैं कि टॉप हैवी स्ट्रक्चर है, उसमें सबसे नीचे तो बच्चे हैं, उसका जब प्रिंसिपल को कुछ करना है तो वो मेरे टीचर हैं, अभी भी हैं, अभी पढ़ा रहे हैं, कह रहे रिटायर हुई है, क्योंकि वो स्कूल उनका, उनकी प्रायोरिटी उनका स्कूल है, हमेशा रहा है। मेरी और उनसे मेरी आई हैव अ डिफिकल्ट रिलेशनशिप विद माय मदर बिकॉज ऑफ हर स्कूल। वो कभी मेरे लिए छुट्टी नहीं लेती, वो कहती है मेरे बच्चे तो वो 50 बच्चों के बात कर रही हैं, हम और मेरी बहन नहीं, तो उनका वैसा पर्सपेक्टिव है। तो वो जब आती हैं स्कूल से तो वो इतना थकी हुई आती थी हमेशा, तो मुझे तो बहुत चिढ़ हो जाती थी, मुझे लगता है क्या है, क्यों सारा अपने टेंशन अपने उस 50 बच्चों को दे दिया और मेरे लिए तो कुछ भी नहीं आपके पास। लेकिन अब मैं रियलाइज करती हूँ, मेरी छोटी बेटी भी है, मैं रियलाइज करती हूँ कि इनमें हमारे कल्चर जो है ना वो शाबाशी का है। मतलब कोई भी छोटा है, मतलब कोई घर आया, आओ बैठो, अदाब करो, जी हुजूरी करो, है ना। और कोई अगर कह दे गुड गर्ल, अनार इज अ गुड गर्ल वाज माय फेवरेट सेंटेंस व्हेन आई वाज यंग। कोई कह दे, ठीक है, तो घर पे आ रहे कोई बड़ी मम्मी, चच्ची, पुप्पी कोई कह रही है, और स्कूल में तो टीचर, तो मतलब बस टीचर ने अगर कह दिया तो यू नो दैट रेवरेंस, it's so much, it's so strong that kids believe in their teachers so much that they're ready to do anything. Kids will do anything what the teacher says. At least that used to be the case. So I think what you're saying is, and I think the major from what your work and everything, I think what comes through is your empathy for students and your love and your care and attention, because you feel that you are responsible, because you're in a position of power, because you draw salary for it like everybody else, so you are responsible. But I just finished my PhD, but I still don't tell people that I haven't finished, because I still like to be called a student. It's such a great thing to be also when you are in a now I'm comfortable, now I'm old, now nobody can tell me that I haven't done my homework. But the स्टूडेंट होना कितना अच्छा हो सकता है अगर कोई अच्छा टीचर हो, और ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा वैसा रिलेशन, बहुत ज़्यादा हायरार्किकल, मतलब जहाँ पर हम किसी से बात करते हो लोग कहते थे तुम हमसे से बात कर रही हो, तुम्हारी टीचर से बात कर रही हो, तो ये तो अनहर्ड ऑफ था पहले।
तो वो रिश्ते जो हैं बनाने, मुझे लगता है कि ये भी जो कहानियाँ मेरे स्टूडेंट्स ने लिखी हैं अपनी ज़िंदगी की, वो शायद उसका बेसिस वो रिश्ता ही है। वो चाहे हायर एजुकेशन में, और माय स्टूडेंट्स हैव रिटन इतनी ज़्यादा खूबसूरत कहानियाँ और अपनी ज़िंदगी की किताब खोल के रख दी है। वो तो है ही, जो आप कह रही हैं वो सब ठीक है, लेकिन यहाँ पर उसकी बात नहीं थी। मतलब मैं ऑनरेरी मैनेजर थी, आई वाज नॉट ड्राइंग सैलरी फ्रॉम देयर। हाँ, आई अंडरस्टूड व्हाट यू वर सेइंग।
नहीं, बट जैसे और सब लोग आपके अकेले की जिम्मेदारी, आपने काम किया, आपने समझा।
जी जी जी।
तो
नहीं, और मैंने ज़्यादा सीखा बनिस्बत उन तमाम लोगों के। शायद सबसे ज़्यादा एक अगर इस बेनिफिट की और उसकी बात करें तो मैंने सबसे ज़्यादा सीखा, और मैं बहुत ज़्यादा एहसानमंद हूँ सबके कि उन्होंने अपनी ज़िंदगी मेरे साथ शेयर की, बाँटी और वो की। और अभी भी जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, मतलब जो किस तरह से लिख पाते हैं ये स्टूडेंट, ये जो एक स्टूडेंट है बीएड का, ये सब्जी का ठेला लगाता है, और ये जनकपुरी से आता है। सुबह 2:30-3 बजे ये जनकपुरी से ओखला मंडी आता है, सब्जी ले करके वापस जाता है, ठेला लगाता है। इसका भाई उस ठेले पे खड़ा होता है दोपहर तक, बिकॉज वो भाई जो है वो शाम के स्कूल में जाता है भाई, तो भाई पहले खड़ा होता है, फिर ये दोपहर के बाद पहुंचता है, बीच में कोई भी ठेले पे नहीं होता, तो पास में जो ठेले हैं जिन लोगों के, वो इसका काम देखते हैं। और इस तरह के स्टूडेंट्स जो हैं वो इतनी ज़बरदस्त होप देते हैं, जब मुझ जैसे लोग इतने सिनिकल हो चुके हैं और इतनी तकलीफ़ में रहते हैं, कहते हैं अरे मैम कोई जो श्याम अंकल हैं वही देखते हैं। ये जो सारी चीज़ें मुझे समझ में नहीं आती हैं जो सब टीवी पे दिखाते हैं, मुझे तो उनके बगैर मैं क्या करूँगा मुझे पता नहीं है। तो वो कई घंटे देखते हैं, मुझे देर भी हो जाती है, भाई भी नहीं होता, तो वो उसका सामान बेचते हैं। तो वो किस तरह से वो करता है। सच अ ब्राइट बॉय, ही डिड हिज हिंदी ऑनर्स आई थिंक फ्रॉम हिंदू कॉलेज, और he topped and then he did his MA and he topped and is now doing his B.Ed, trying to enroll in PhD, अभी हुआ नहीं और कोशिश कर रहा है। एक्सीलेंट पर्सन। और इसी तरह से बहुत सारे इस तरह के स्टूडेंट्स जो अपनी ज़िंदगी मेरे साथ बांट पाते हैं और मुझे बहुत चीज़ें समझने की फिर मौका देते हैं, तो मैं उन सब की बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ। लेकिन हाँ, उसके साथ साथ एक रिश्ता बनना होता है तो बहुत सी बातें, अब जैसे मेरी ख़ासतौर से फीमेल स्टूडेंट्स को बड़ी वो होती है, मैम ये बताइए, फिर अपनी वो मुझे बताने की ज़रूरत है कि मैं अपनी ज़िंदगी भी क्योंकि बांटती हूँ उनके साथ, उसके बगैर नहीं हो पाता। अपने प्रेजुडिस, अपने स्टेरियोटाइप्स, अपनी तकलीफ़ें, जैसे मैं आई ऑफन जोक दैट आई एम अ मैरिड वुमन बट अ सिंगल मदर, अपने बच्चों को अकेले पाला है, तो वो सारी चीज़ें जो एक माँ होते हुए क्या हुआ, तो और चीज़ें भी फिर वो इस तरह से मैंने ये वाली कहानियाँ नहीं लिखी कि मैं भी उनके साथ में लिखती, शायद कभी लिखूँगी। लेकिन वो फिर ये भी पूछते हैं, अच्छा मैम आपकी लव मैरिज हुई थी क्या? क्यों, आपको तुम्हें लगता है क्या? नहीं, मैंने कहा अच्छा, तो कहने लगी हाँ देख के पता चल जाता है। मैंने कहा तुम्हें देख के गलत पता चला कि बहुत सही पता नहीं चला। तो हर तरह की बातचीत, वो ज़िंदगी इन्होंने शेयर की है, तो शायद मैंने भी बहुत कुछ उनके साथ बांटा है। और बहुत से स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो, जैसा कि मैंने कहा, वो कॉन्सेप्चुअल फाउंडेशंस पढ़ाना मुझे अच्छा लगता है। एक स्टूडेंट ने अभी वो सबमिट की है PhD तो वो मेरे फर्स्ट बैच B.Ed स्टूडेंट हैं। उनके भी जर्नी बड़ी मज़ेदार रही है, मेरे साथ खड़े होकर के सवाल पूछा करते थे और मैं डर जाती थी जब थोड़ी उतना तो आई वाज नॉट सो एक्सपीरियंस्ड एंड मच यंगर। फिर उन्होंने और शायद उनके बिलीफ सिस्टम भी थोड़ा फ़र्क था, और उनके साथी भी थे। मुझे लगता था कि वो जो साथी हैं वो तो खड़े होकर के मुझे अभी गोली मार देंगे, जिस तरह की बातचीत मैं कर रही हूँ कि इसको गाली, राइट विंग को गाली, फलां को गाली। तो और टीचर अपना शायद ये ऑनेस्टी भी कि हम ये जो न्यूट्रलिटी सबसे बड़ा मिथ है, जो हम हैं सो हैं, अपनी सारी चीज़ें लेकर ही हम क्लास में जाते हैं ना, वो आइडियोलॉजी, बिलीफ सिस्टम, सब कुछ। तो वो फिर उन्होंने, जो साहब हैं हमारे बहुत करीबी स्टूडेंट, उन साहब ने मुझे लज्जा पढ़वाई कि देखिए क्या कुछ हो रहा है, आप जो कहती रहती हैं हिंदुओं के साथ बांग्लादेश में। मैंने कहा तुम सिंपैथाइज़ कर रहे हो, मैं तो एम्पैथाइज़ कर सकती हूँ, हो तो रहा है। फिर वो लज्जा पढ़ी तस्लीमा नसरीन की और चीज़ें की। तो रिश्ते बनाने पर शायद वो स्कूल हो या यूनिवर्सिटी हो, और सबसे हमेशा बन ही नहीं पाते। 50 की क्लास जब आप पढ़ाते हैं तो शायद 5, और उसमें मेरा उतना रोल नहीं होता क्योंकि 5 जो खुद से आप आते हैं और कर पाते हैं, उनसे ज़्यादा रिश्ता दे नहीं पाता है। मुझे चैलेंज करते हैं विच आई लव क्लास में, तो वो सबसे मज़ेदार मोमेंट्स होते हैं। जी जी जी
दो सवाल मैं आपसे पूछना
जी
था।
जी जी
मैम हम लोग हिस्ट्री में ये चीज़ पढ़ते हैं कि हाउ वी आर टुडे एंड व्हाट वी हैव टुडे हैज इट्स रूट्स इन सम रिमोट पास्ट, वो किसी भी चीज़ के लिए हो सकता है। आपने अपने टॉक में एक चीज़ मेंशन किया इन एकेडमिक स्पेसेस इन व्हिच यू हैव वर्कड यू सी देयर आर लॉट ऑफ डिस्क्रिमिनेशन इन different form and you have mentioned some, for example there is conceived power, ideological differences, stratification, distinct cultural spaces. So मैम ये आपने सब चीज़ें मेंशन की मैम हिस्टोरिकल अंडरस्टैंडिंग से, और अगर हम मतलब ये मेरा पर्सनल अपना ओपिनियन है, अगर हम इसको फिलोसफिकल लेवल पर चेक करते हैं, इसके पास्ट को देखते हैं बहुत ज़्यादा पीछे जा करके, तो मुझे जो ये सब डिस्क्रिमिनेशन है ये मुझे एक आर्टिफिशियल सेटअप नज़र आता है, एक नेचुरल नज़र नहीं आता जो ये पूरे डिस्क्रिमिनेशन है, क्योंकि तो इन सम सेंस ये कहीं ना कहीं इंसानों ने बनाया। मैम इन सब चीज़ों का इम्पोजिशन हम देखते हैं एकेडमिक स्पेसेस में, और ये इतना ज़्यादा इम्पोज कर दिया जाता है कि हम कई बार ना अननोइंगली इम्बाइब कर जाते हैं इन सब चीज़ों में। सो और जैसे कि बुद्ध ने भी बोला है कि change is never painful, only the resistance to change is painful. सो मैम इस मेरा पहला सवाल ये है कि मैंने इसका कॉन्टेक्स्ट दिया, माय क्वेश्चन इज कि हम इनको कैसे टैकल करें, और जैसे आपने कहा कि मेरे पास एक अथॉरिटी वाला पोजीशन था, सो आई वाज एबल टू मेक सम चेंजेस टू सम एक्सटेंट। सो माय क्वेश्चन इज कि इनको कैसे टैकल करें, और व्हाई डू वी ऑलवेज नीड अ पर्सन विद सम अथॉरिटी टू ब्रिंग अबाउट सम चेंजेस, व्हाई कैन नॉट वी मेक चेंजेस इन द फंडामेंटल फाउंडेशंस। मैम दिस इज माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन। मैम सेकंड इज मैम जैसे आपने बोला डिस्कोर्सेस आर डिटरमाइंड बाय द पोजीशन ऑफ पावर, ये कहीं ना कहीं मिशेल फूको की फिलॉसफी है, और फूको जैसे कि स्कूल्स के लिए बोलते हैं, schools serve the same social functions as prisons and mental institutions to define, classify, control and regulate.
बिल्कुल।
अब इससे मुझे पियर बोर्डियो की भी थ्योरी याद आती है एजुकेशन, जिसमें एजुकेशन में बोर्डियो का बोलना है कि education system through a particular curriculum portrays the reality in a particular way. Often it is the reality as understood and experienced by the dominant or powerful group. The evaluation system through various examinations requires students to reproduce that objective reality as defined in the textbook. Now students who experience that reality as defined in the textbook find it easier to write about it or speak about it when questioned. वो सबके लिए मुमकिन नहीं होता है, और ये एजुकेशन वाला इनका थ्योरी था बोर्डियो का। मैम सिमिलरली बोर्डियो का जो कल्चरल कैपिटल वाला है कि मार्क्स बोलते हैं कि जो मटेरियल कंडीशंस होती हैं किसी भी एक इंडिविजुअल की या सोशल ग्रुप की, वो डिटरमाइन करती है कि वो इंसान या वो संस्था किस तरह की पावर को असर्ट करेगी। बट बोर्डो इससे आगे जाते हैं, बोर्डो बोलते हैं कि ठीक है, बोर्डो स्ट्रेसेस ऑन द फैक्ट दैट अपार्ट फ्रॉम इकोनॉमिक रिसोर्सेज वंस कल्चरल एंड सोशल कैपिटल आल्सो डिटरमाइंस वंस स्टेटस इन सोसाइटी, व्हिच इन टर्न डिटरमाइंस देयर पावर इन डिफरेंट सोशल कॉन्टेक्स्ट।
एक चीज़ मैं मतलब जल्दी से पूछ जाती
मैम ये क्वेश्चन इससे जुड़ा हुआ जो क्वेश्चन था कि ये मैंने इसका कॉन्टेक्स्ट दिया फूको और बोर्डियो को कोट करते हुए। क्वेश्चन इज मैम जैसे आपने एकेडमिक स्पेसेस में काम किया है स्कूल्स के उसमें और कॉलेजेस में, यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में, मैम आप इंडियन एकेडमिक स्पेसेस में वेदर इट इज स्कूल वेदर इट इज यूनिवर्सिटी, आप इन सब चीज़ों को कितना ज़्यादा पाते हैं?
क्या पाती हैं कि ये प्रिजन की तरह है,
मतलब ये जो फूको का जो नॉलेज पावर डिस्कोर्स वाला थ्योरी है एंड बोर्डियो का जो एजुकेशन और कल्चरल कैपिटल वाला थ्योरी, हम इसको इंडियन एकेडमिक स्पेसेस में कितना देखते हैं? These are my two questions.
हाँ, मैंने दोनों को जैसा कि मैंने कहा कि किताब में मैंने ये किया है कि अपने एक्सपीरियंस के लेंस से, अपनी किताब के लेंस से फूको को भी समझने की कोशिश की और बोर्डियो को भी समझने की कोशिश की, बल्कि पॉल विलिस को भी देखने की कोशिश की है। तो भाई अब पहला सवाल जो आपने शायद किया था कि हमेशा पोजीशन ऑफ अथॉरिटी की क्यों ज़रूरत होती है चीज़ों को बदलने के लिए, तो एक चीज़ शायद मैंने कहने की कोशिश की थी कि पोजीशन ऑफ अथॉरिटी तो थी, पोजीशन ऑफ अथॉरिटी थी, लेकिन आप कितना उसे एक लीडरशिप की पोजीशन में बदल पाए, ये मैं सवाल करती रही हूँ अपने से, और ये भी सवाल करने की कोशिश की है whether I was a democratic leader or not. मतलब I have in the book, in my diary, continuously I have questioned myself whether I was democratic enough. क्या मैं उस तरह से थी या नहीं थी. तो इन चीज़ों पर सवाल मैंने किए हैं. और जैसे एक जगह एक अपनी डायरी में लिखा है कि बावजूद इसके कि पावर डिड डिस्पर्स, एक डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन हुआ, लेकिन मैं अपने आप को डेमोक्रेटिक होने का तमगा नहीं पहना सकती हूँ. ऑल्सो you know, another thing which I need to talk about at length in order to be able to adequately answer your question is how my perception of being a weak manager, that also impacted my relationship with teachers and also with administration, teacher, and on the other hand with the Delhi Education Society. तो कहीं पर जो था एक मुझे लगता है कि पोजिशनल पावर की जहाँ पर ज़रूरत थी, एंड आई वॉज एबल टू सम एक्सटेंट give a direction to the discourses, but on the other hand I think I did to an extent become a leader. And there is a difference between, whether the question remains whether I was a democratic leader or a authoritarian one. But I think to some extent, I did try my best to become a democratic leader, so that where teachers and children and others, they could approach me, they could disagree with me, and they could understand these nuances, that having a friendship with me did not mean that they have to be compliant. Some of the teachers, they did understand quite well, because they were, and they questioned me in meetings, they disagreed with me, and when they realized that I was not in any way, angry with them or doing any harm to them or trying to restrain them. So I think these were certain things which resulted in a change in relations between teachers and I and others. तो वो चीज़ें हुई, और वो सेंस उन्हें मिलता था कि हाँ, दिस डज नॉट मीन दैट वी हैव टू बी कंप्लायंट, वी हैव टू अग्री विथ वॉट एवर. जैसे इन चीज़ों पर भी बहस हुई, और कुछ चीज़ें जो मैंने नहीं मानी, वो उधर पोजिशनल अथॉरिटी आ जाती है. जैसे ये कहा गया, आर स्कूल यूज टू गेट ओवर at 12:15 in winters, 12:30 in summers, इस तरह से, या 12:15 in summers, ऐसे कुछ था. तो खैर उसके बाद जुमे के अंदर टीचर्स वांटेड कि भाई छुट्टी और जल्दी हो जाए ना, दे प्रेयर के लिए जाना है ना. मस्जिद हमारे स्कूल से लगी हुई थी, तो बहुत उस पर खफगी, पहले कभी जल्दी होती थी छुट्टी और जल्दी होती थी, तो ये बहुत खफा की हुई कि भाई जामिया में जल्दी होती है, यहाँ पे नहीं होती. पहले होती थी, अब क्यों नहीं होती. तो भाई वो मस्जिद भी लगी हुई है और चीज़ें भी हैं, तो सब चीज़ें, मतलब फिर ये मैंने कहा कि हाँ ठीक है, हम आधा घंटा पहले कर लेते हैं, लेकिन किसी और दिन थोड़ा सा टाइम 15-15 मिनट बढ़ा देंगे. तो वो जो आप पोजिशनल अथॉरिटी की बात कर रहे हैं, such conversation did happen, and people disagreed, and they were able to give dissent, and they were able to, वो शायद इस तरह की, लेकिन कम वो थी जहाँ पर शायद मैं और एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन बातें नहीं मान रहे थे, लेकिन ऐसे थी ओकेजन्स। और जैसा कि मैंने कहा कि हाँ, रिश्ते तो काफ़ी हद तक बदले थे, और एक लीडर बनने में और एक कुछ हद तक डेमोक्रेटिक लीडर बनने में और एक अथॉरिटेरियन लीडर होने में फ़र्क होता है। जहाँ तक इस बात का ताल्लुक़ है, सेकंड क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड टू फूको, सॉरी, कुछ आपने क्या पूछा था? मैं
Theories which were put forward by Foucault and Bourdieu, to what extent we find these theories in the practical spaces of Indian academia, whether it is school or college or universities?
Yeah, if you read my book, you'll find that I talk about these theories, but then these theories tend to also fade away, in the sense that I reach a point where they fail to explain totally the context. Okay, whether it is Bourdieu, Foucault to some extent, and also Paul Willis, because the theory that Willis, he talks about, that also does not totally, if I start examining the students, because I have examined, I have looked at different groups of children, different groups of boys in my school, through the lens, ulta, I have looked at Paul Willis's theory through the lens of my work, and I find that there are huge gaps. So I think these theories, these tend to, at some point, they tend to fade away. We have to, in order to adequately explain the context, the experiences, whether they are of children or teachers, we have to go beyond all this work. Yeah, and also, for example, I'm very fond of Sabah Mahmood's work, and who critiques the liberal rationalist framework when looking at Muslim women. तो वो भी, लेकिन it has its own limitations, लेकिन हाँ, वो जो एक लिबरल फ्रेमवर्क है उससे हटकर है और बहुत खूबसूरत काम है।
So we are also, I think, running short of time now. So maybe we could just collect, your thoughts and reflections, and then.
And they may not necessarily be a question. They can also
They can be
reflections
thoughts.
also.
Obviously, we'd love to hear from more of you. Anything that you thought about with regard to today's discussion.
Just a couple of thoughts again. Just like you said, one was, I think what you said about the tea parties was something very new and interesting. Tea club. It was something that I didn't know existed at all. So that was really fascinating learning about that. And I was wondering.
Maybe you're part of one.
You're part of what?
I'm saying maybe you're part of one.
Maybe I'm part of one. Oh.
Because you don't notice.
As an informal thing, that's true. But in this case, it sounded almost like a formal, regular.
Not really formal, but regular feature.
Could people jump
School.
clubs also?
Yes, वो भी होता था। कुछ क्लब टूट जाते थे, कुछ और आ जाते थे, कुछ नए बनते थे। 1-4 लोगों का एक क्लब था जिसके अंदर नए या 5-6 लोग थे, न्यू रिक्रूट्स।
club leader also.
वो बाहर अलग बैठ करके कि क्या चल रहा है वो देख रहे थे। और एक तो था वो सीनियर टीचर। सो व्हेनेवर टीचर फेल दैट वो बहुत मैनेजमेंट के जुल्म का शिकार है, सो दे यूज्ड टू गो टू अप्रोच दैट सीनियर टीचर्स क्लब, एंड दे हैड द स्कूल मैनुअल on their fingertips, तो उन्हें बताते थे ये करो.
Sabir,
सभी होता है.
finish your thought.
No, that's just I feel like a whole conversation could happen because it was like informal subcommittees there itself. So some democratic structure or something happening there, or power structure. But other thoughts that came to mind is what Ryan said about journaling and keeping record. I really resonated with that because every time I thought this thing that I start off usually so I taught at Priya University where we tend to have an academic writing course where we specifically intentionally have smaller batches. So what I try to do is always meet all the students individually for at least 10 minutes, have a short conversation, get to know them at the start of the term. And every time the idea is that create a little file to like keep track of them, keep track of the interactions. Never managed to update it beyond or rarely, very rarely I've managed to actually take those notes. So that challenge is really there. One thing that I've thought of that might help, but again this would I suppose vary with different people, is something like voice notes. Because I feel like keeping time to sit and write about that is difficult. Like if you're narrativizing with colleagues, वो automatically होता है, right? If there are particular problem students or even success stories, वो अपने आप you will be narrativizing, you will be telling that story, and that is what tends to stick in your mind. Even years later, you remember कि हाँ वो एक student था, and I remember that because I was pouring my heart out to some mentor saying मैं क्या कर रही कैसे. So that is the way I'm wondering, like, because as an oral format it feels more natural for some people. I'm wondering if something like a voice note maybe for people who find it difficult to do that physical journaling, that might be good. And the last thing was in relation to the discussion that happened just here. I think that as a larger question is something I think is important, as in the extent to which people like Foucault, like what they were familiar names that exist and are used as these very foundational frameworks, and then the extent to which these are emerging out of such very, very specific contexts, like early 20th century France में ये है, right? And hence we generalize this to everything else in the world.
Correct,
I feel like something that at least when I was an undergrad one took almost for granted. Yeah, it makes sense, of course. Like the more it comes about is precisely these sort of questions. Okay, where does it fail in the Indian context and how does that intersect?
I think a larger thrust of the question was also to see कि कैसे an individual can affect change, but also कि कैसे beyond individual we can think of the institution employing certain practices to make those values viable. So individuals, I mean head of departments, managers, they will change, but some values will stick and it will be sold to the students and all the like stakeholders as something that is beneficial to them but also the larger society. So वो एक question था जो मेरे दिमाग में भी आ रहा था कि how do we translate it into practice, or maybe that was also the larger thrust of the question of moving beyond these frameworks to understand local reality.
Very cynical take on that, which since we were talking about Ankit Jha for this meeting, and I remember him telling us very clearly in one class, Dekho, if all of you really believed in what all these people are actually writing, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be in the university. You should be out there and not do this.
Correct.
But we will take some middle path and we full subscription to everything, and like you said, adapting it to context and using it and finding that kind of middle ground for us.
Academia elections.
Any other thoughts or questions?
मैम आपने अभी एक साथ में एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था, आपने बोला था न्यूट्रलिटी इज अ मिथ, और मैम ये चीज़ को हम इस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में देख सकते हैं where we clearly see the connection of power and knowledge, because the institution has recently dismissed a PhD scholar. So considering this context, एक सवाल मेरे जहन में आता है कि why do we fear a lot showing the political stand in university spaces, because हम बहुत ज़्यादा बचते हैं इन सब चीज़ों से, और कई बार मैंने जो ऑब्जर्व किया है कि इसमें स्टूडेंट्स तो होते हैं जो आपको एक तरीके से रोकते हैं, बट दे आर फैकल्टी मेंबर्स आल्सो हु ट्राई टू वो आपको रोकते हैं कि don't come into that space, don't come into that certain space, just
बहुत ज़्यादा
focus
मुझे
on your
लग रहा
study.
है we know people आर अंडर सर्वेलेंस, चीज़ें हो रही हैं और सभी, ये नहीं है कि डर आप में और किसी में नहीं है। अब वही है कि अब मैं नेशनलिज्म पढ़ा रही हूँ, इफ़ आई एम साइटिंग टैगोर, मतलब शायद मैं कॉन्सेप्चुअल फाउंडेशंस के अंदर में टैगोर और कृष्णमूर्ति और किसी और की को अंडरलाइन करके अब ज़्यादा बोर्ड पे लिखती हूँ कि ये हैं कल्प्रिट्स, मैं नहीं हूँ, ये कह रहे हैं ये सब बातें। तो वो डर तो है, लेकिन उसको हम लोग कैसे करते हैं, मतलब मैं I'll be dishonest if I say that you know जो है वो है, लेकिन हाँ वो कहीं पर करेक्ट, how we negotiate that space and how we navigate through it, I think that we have to keep learning. कि जो कहना है, जो करना है वो करें भी, लेकिन कैसे करें वो तो सीखना ही पड़ेगा। सीख ही रहे हैं, सिखा रहा है हमें, क्या करें।
ये कि पहले तो बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया मैम आने के लिए, एंड रिफ्लेक्शन जो मैं काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें ध्यान में थी, बट द वन दैट आईड लाइक टू, आई थिंक दैट अंडरस्कोर्स एवरीथिंग दैट्स गोइंग इन माय माइंड राइट नाउ इज के like it often happens, especially like as a teacher, as a manager, or someone who's in a position of authority, ke one gets things done, you get to your goal quicker by giving up power rather than by hanging on, tenaciously hanging on to it and pretending ke I am the boss here, so follow my line. Just letting the people you're working with, whether it's kids or students or whoever, letting them know that we are all in this together and we are trying to get somewhere together, and I'm only here to help you. That goes that takes care of like 80% of the task that you have to do. I remember once that I was in class and I was teaching this very extraordinarily boring grammar lesson, and I was dragging through it. I could see it in everyone's eyes that no one was enjoying it, but they were quiet because they had to be quiet. And like 20 minutes through it, I just paused and I said, "This is so boring. I'm not having fun at all. Would you guys like to do something else?" And I almost physically felt the
relief,
like एक bridge सा बन गया almost between me and them. So yeah, so I think
तो शायद हम सभी गुजरते हैं इससे।
Yeah.
आपने हिम्मत करके ये कह दिया, हमें तो लगता नहीं चलो होता होगा, करवाई देते।
So thank you so much, ma'am. And as someone who borders, almost always defaults to cynicism, and thank you so much for sharing your experience. मेरे लिए it was almost therapeutic, I would say.
जैसे आखिर में मैं हमें मतलब वो जो मैं एक मैनेजर का जो एक परसेप्शन था वो आपको बताती हूँ, इससे आपको साफ हो जाएगा। एक हमारे जो पियोन साहब थे, वो उनका डीपीसी होना था, तो इट वाज डेफर्ड ट्वाइस और थ्राइस बिकॉज ऑफ टेक्निकल रीजंस। वी आस्क्ड फॉर अ सिलेक्शन पैनल फ्रॉम द डिपार्टमेंट, डायरेक्टरेट से मांगा, उन्होंने खुद गलत भेज दिया, जब आया तो पता चला गलत है, तो वो नहीं हुआ। दूसरी बार भी कुछ हो गया, तो हुआ ये कि भाई नहीं हो रहा था, एंड ही इमेजिन्ड दैट मैनेजमेंट इज डेलिबरेटली ट्राइंग टू होल्ड हिम बैक। एंड वन डे व्हेन आई पास बाय द ऑफिस, तो वो ये उन्होंने शेर पढ़ रहे थे वो, फिर मैंने बुलाया तो उन्होंने रिपीट किया। तो मतलब एक वो चपरासी साहब हैं और वो ये तंज कर सकते हैं, मैनेजर थे, तो उन्होंने कहा कि भाई जब जुल्म तेरा दस्तूर हो जाएगा तब दिल बगावत के लिए मजबूर हो जाएगा। तो जब जुल्म तेरा दस्तूर हो जाएगा, दिल बगावत के लिए मजबूर हो जाएगा। जब मैंने पूछा तो उन्होंने बताया, फिर फाइनली उनकी डीपीसी हो गई, भाई खुश हो गए। लेकिन ये वो तंज करने की हिम्मत रखते थे। तो ये चीज़ें हैं। मैं यहाँ पे मेरे PhD स्टूडेंट्स भी मौजूद हैं, उनको बहुत हिम्मत मिलेगी कि चलो भाई अब हम भी ये सब कर सकते हैं। और ये हिम्मत में उन्हें कुछ खास देना नहीं चाहती। चलो, had fun।
Thank you so
अच्छा
much.
रहा।
And thank you
Most
everyone.
welcome।